15 red flowering plants to consider for your garden. Hibiscus is often considered a tropical flower, but the hardy hibiscus is a shrubby, woody-stemmed perennial that has been creating by crossing different hibiscus species, including H. moschutos, H. coccineus, H. laevis, H. militaris, and H. palustris. The result are a group of hybrid plants that are hardy into zones 4 or 5, vastly improving on the tropical preferences of most hibiscus species. These hybrid plants typically grow to about 4 feet tall with large pink or red flowers, sometimes as much as 10 inches across. Hardy Jewel is a trademark series of thread-leaf Coreopsis cultivars that feature flowers with red petals edged another color. Hardy Jewel, Ruby Frost, has white edges around ruby-colored edges. With Hardy Jewel, Desert Coral, the edges of the petals are peach coral in color. There are also other Coreopsis cultivars with red flowers, such as Limerock Ruby. Not all plants achieve brilliant red color through their flowers. Coleus plants are available in many varieties with bright red foliage. Coleus is a tropical perennial usually grown as an annual in garden beds and containers. The red Coleus color works well with yellow flowers such as marigolds. Salvia is quite a large genus of annual and perennial plants, many of which have red flowers. But the most popular of these is Salvia splendens, often known simply as red salvia or scarlet sage. The bright red found in the towering castor bean plant is not due to the flowers, which are an insignificant greenish yellow, but rather in the large spiny reddish seed pods. Castor bean seed pods are very pretty to look at, but be aware that the seeds are very toxic. This is the plant from which the highly poisonous ricin powder, famous for being used in terrorist attacks, is derived. The provocatively named Love Lies Bleeding is one of several plants in the Amaranth genus with red flowers that appear in dangling clusters that resemble catkins. The genus includes both annual and short-lived perennial species, many of which are considered weedy, such as pigweed A. albus. Love Lies Bleeding is a 3 to 5 foot annual species that gets its name from the drooping panicles of flowers that appear from July all the way to frost. It is commonly used in beds and borders, and smaller cultivars are sometimes planted in hanging baskets. Virginia creeper, Parthenocissus quinquefolia, is a perennial vine that can grow aggressively to a length of 50 feet or more. Its claim to red fame comes from the brilliant reddish color it assumed in fall. This is principally a foliage plant, since the greenish-white summer flowers are not very impressive. Blue-black berries are revealed when the leaves drop, serving birds with a favorite meal. A staple of fall planting beds, hardy mums chrysanthemums come in a variety of colors, including a number of vivid reds, such as autumn red. Hardy mums are often purchased as fully flowering nursery specimens and planted as annuals for a burst of fall color. But if you want to grow them as perennials, plant them in the spring to allow them to fully establish root systems by fall. Most varieties are hardy to zone 5, but a few have been developed that survive all the way to zone 3. The plants can grow to 3 feet tall, with a spread of 2 feet or more. The Lobelia genus is a large one with several annual and perennial species with red flowers, such as Lobelia cardinalis, known commonly as Cardinal Flower. The pure species plant is a native perennial wildflower, but there are also some good hybrid Lobelia cultivars, such as Lobelia X speciosa, fan scarlet, that are more common in garden use. Fan scarlet grows to about 28 inches tall and flowers with stalks covered with red blooms in early to mid-summer. It is a fairly fine textured plant that contrasts well with coarser textured plants in a mixed border garden. Few red blooming plants are as dramatic as red cultivars of hybrid peonies. The Peony genus includes more than 30 species of herbaceous perennials and shrubby plants. Peonies grown in garden cultivation are generally divided into hybrid types based on 3 species. The common geranium plants seen in window boxes, hanging baskets, and cemetery plantings are hybrid plants derived from species in the Pelargonium genus. They are much different plants than the true hardy geraniums that actually own the genus name geranium. Named for the shape of the lobed flowers, Maltese Cross grows 3 to 4 feet tall on a single vertical stem. The scarlet red flower clusters appear in early to mid-summer. Also known as the Jerusalem cross flower, Maltese cross is drought-tolerant and easily brights up flower gardens, attracting butterflies in summer. The plant may need to be staked to prevent it from flopping, especially where it does not receive full sun. Although cultivars in other colors are available, bright orangish red is the classic color for the perennial Oriental poppy. This short-lived perennial is a cold-weather plant that needs a period of winter chill in order to thrive. It is not a plant suited to warm climates. It often fades out in midsummer, then begins to generate new basal leaves in fall, which will produce blooms the following summer. Tulips comprise a vast array of spring-blooming bulbs of various types and classes, and each category has many bright red varieties to choose from. Tulips require a chilling period in order to bloom, so if grown in warm climates, the bulbs are usually planted as annuals that have been commercially chilled before sale. In colder climates, many types are reliably hardy and perennial, although more unique hybrids may lose their vigor after a few years. Be sure to furnish tulips with a soil that has good drainage. Tulips usually bloom in April and May. Closely related to rhododendrons, azalea shrubs are usually deciduous woody plants that bloom in spring. There is a vast array of colors available, including bright red azaleas such as Stewartstonian, Rhododendron X Gable, Stewartstonian, suitable for growing in zones 5 to 8. The green summer foliage of this red azalea yields to a mahogany color in winter, making it an ideal candidate to provide year-round interest on the landscape. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.